do.
Wake that ass up.
Rise and grind, baby.
The Live Hip Hop Daily Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Woo! We got the #1 morning show to hit Atlanta, man. Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Get your ass up and tune in. www.livehiphopdaily.tv.
You get that app, baby. Yeah. Okay, check. Happy Tuesday. We back. Rise and Grind Hub Spoon in here. We doing the whole DVD thing. We going back and recap since we got you coming back, man. I'm so happy to have you back, bruh. Sports with Spoon segment, man.
Ooh. Know what it is. You know how we coming. Sports with Spoon, man. Northside vet.
Yeah, vet.
We coming.
So we talking. We going sports with Spoon, and we going all over the world for this segment, part 2, man. We talking to Hub. Hub telling us about college and just how you should never let a stranger in your house, but yet when you let these recruiters and these agents in your house, you're essentially really letting the same thing in your house. You're letting a total stranger in here. And it's not crazy how these kids get done over after their talents are used up and they just spit out. Then what's left?
This episode, you know, it's a continued episode, but this episode for me, it means a lot because, you know, we lived it. You know, we're living proof of, you know, the sacrifices made and the energy put forth, you know, we're living testimonies of it. So this episode for me, you know, we normally like to, you know, we get down with all the different sports and we let you guys know different information. We let you guys know trades and all that stuff going on. But today's episode is special because, you know, I got my man Hub in the building. So
true that.
Right. We'll keep it going, man.
A champion's perspective.
I like that.
You know that. At the end of the day, you got. When LeBron James is out here speaking up on people, you know it's a problem. You know, like it's like Jay and all them people. Like that's the time now. Like it's getting out of control. It's too much. It's happening too much. Like you keep saying like right now I'm representing Quentin Ellis. You know,
dang!
On the Fox. You know,
I ain't seen Quentin Ellis since Marietta, right?
No, he's young.
No, that's Chris Ellis.
Chris Ellis. Damn, I was my fault.
No, but
damn.
He's a young cat. He's 17 years old.
Okay.
The new up and coming R&B. He got that bad boy type of vibe, you know, whatever. But he can sing, and I saw opportunity for a young black man. So I know for me, I was like, well, I need to go push this cat. Because people talk bad about Uncle Luke, but what he did was take them boys out of trouble because them boys is talking about doing stuff that they, you know, really shouldn't be out here doing. Yeah. If you go ahead and subtract all that from the get-go, if these boys know that when they coming up, oh, Young and Overlooked, yo, that's my brand. What's mine is yours. That's how it's always been.
Right.
You know, a lot of cats, they get to these other organizations, and you think about it now, like, you think about it, can I be real quick with you? I'm honest with you. You don't see no white boys fighting for spots in the teams.
Hell no.
But all the black people do.
Cause it's
you be fighting, you be in the room fighting for the spot with your good friend, and then now you kind of develop like a
envy.
You know, it's different.
Because, you create that
because the coach is creating a favor to like some people's not getting the same reps, and then you working harder than everybody, and then you get all the do boy reps too. Like it's different. Like you know, you look at it from a whole different perspective. You like, hold on, like
that's life. That's life in its realist.
You like, am I doing like more than they ask? Like, why they ask?
You know what that does is that makes you start questioning, you know, your own ability. You know, because I can speak personally. You know, what I did is I tried to separate myself from everybody else, and I felt like I did a great job of that. And when it came down to decision time, when decisions were made, they just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because I started thinking like, well, hell, maybe I ain't as good as I thought I was.
You start doubting yourself.
You know?
They create that too. I mean, they play on your mental, man, and you're only a child, man. And they got psychologists. They got psychologists on payroll.
They know
you see what I'm saying? They got trainers on payroll, and they doubling down. They betting 10 on 2 that if you do fail, shit, I'm still gonna make $100 million. If you win, I'll make an extra 200, and that's cool. And then I bring it back, and I keep burning your body out until it go. You see what I'm saying?
Shout out to those guys that you know that won't sell you false hope. You know, shout out to those guys, to those coaches, to those mentors, to those motivational speakers that don't sell you false hope, because those are the people that set you up for success. You know, the ones that tell you lies, they give you this false prophet of what, you know, not even sports, of what life is.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, once life comes at you, and it's not what they said it is, but you already expected it to be something that it's not.
Word.
You get guys, you know, that you know, get caught up in bullshit situations. Excuse my French.
It's true though.
But you know, you get guys that, you know, that go try to steal their merchandise back.
That's a tough situation. You see what I'm saying?
You know, you get guys that get, you know, that might loan you some money, and you know, down the line when times get hard for them and they hit you for their money back, you don't want to give it to them. Now they come steal it, and now it's looking like, you know, armed robbery, when all they was doing was coming back for what's theirs.
Man, that's
You know,
a tough OJ
A
situation.
video that's going viral right now is Dame Dash.
Oh yeah, asking what you call it for his money back.
Asking.
No, he's not asking for
He's
shit.
not asking for nothing.
He's not asking for nothing.
Nah.
You know when
He done made all this goddamn money
you were in
off
a
these
bind.
movies.
You were in a bind, you know, and what I did was I saw a young black man, and I saw something, you know, that other people might not have seen. I was in a situation to help, so I helped. I didn't help because of any other reason, but because I saw
wanted to help
something that
my
other
people.
people didn't see. You know, I saw a black man that had a vision that the only thing that was holding him back was
He needed money. He needed capital.
fiscal problems. So I'm in a situation to help. I help, and now, you know, now you shit on me, and now that's got me looking at everybody else like, well, hell, I ain't gonna help nobody else. I can't do it again. I can't help again.
Because essentially, once you start to build and you start to develop and you start to take on a wife and you start to have children, that's your own collective peace right there as a
Right.
black man. That's your peace. That's your sanity. Yeah, it is. It's your own. That's you. That's really the telltale signs of damn near who you are as a man.
Right.
Because you choose the woman that you have your children with. So the woman that you with is gonna have to be a direct depiction of you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Shout out to my wife, man. We made
yeah,
1 year.
you're married
We made,
now.
we made
Yeah.
1 year
Hub,
on
you
June
next.
17th.
You next, Hub.
Dominique Witherspoon, you the love of my life. We made it a year on June 17th. Major shout out. 1 year anniversary. They say the first year is the toughest.
It
one.
is, bruh. It was you, but y'all got that. Y'all
Lifetime
got that
with
sweet
you's gonna
love.
be a breeze.
I like that, bro. And we need to see that as a culture. Like we don't see too many people in our culture like really married.
You want to know why though? It's like you said earlier. We're creatures of fads, and we're creatures of trending topics. You feel me? And right now,
The
being
Dutch.
married is a trend.
I tell my wife that all the time.
I know people that's 22, 23 years old that's been married and divorced already. What sense does that make?
Don't know nothing about the person.
Come on, man. When I was
Nothing
growing
about
up,
it.
When I was growing up, my parents are a great example of, you know, making it work. You know, they had struggles. Everybody's gonna have struggles.
Mm-hmm.
We never knew about it.
Never.
We never knew that, you know, they were arguing about, you know, whatever they were
Whatever
arguing.
it
We
was.
never knew.
Never seen it.
You know, we never had to see that. I never saw my father put hands, you know, on my
Never.
mother. That's crazy to hear. And I see videos now of kids just slapping girls and punching girls. It doesn't make sense to me because
It's the man looking at it though. And that's why it's allowed. Like if you don't allow certain things, like the cat who just got stabbed, you can't tell me all these cats running around here just looking at this kid. Ain't nobody trying to, like, it's different. Ain't nobody picked up a chair.
Nothing.
Everybody ran away and picking up cameras and stuff. Now go ahead.
nothing, man. And it's crazy to see because,
It's a different world.
you know, growing up, we always, you know, and for me, with you, you know, you were like an older brother for me.
Every summer,
You
man.
played with my older brother, so I always had guys like you and my brother and Ralph and, you know, and Darren. I had guys like that I could like, you know, hey man, help me with my homework, or, you know,
Anything.
let's get some jump shots up. Whatever the case was, I could call you for that reason. And, you know, I feel like now kids don't have that.
Well, you check that. They don't have that because when they leave for college, they don't let somebody brainwash them so much. When you come back home, everything your parents say is irrelevant to you because you're like, well, you ain't really doing nothing for me.
Stay woke, man.
You know,
Man.
And then,
See-
then you seeing how these coaches and stuff, like, call a spade a spade. You see how these coaches, you know, is running around through the city or whatever. You know, like, I seen
Taking flights in.
people behind trash cans. coaches, cars and stuff. You know, it's called a spade. So if a player, it's funny then. But like you say, the eyes is always going. You know, it's going to keep coming. It's going to make you think like. Not for me. I'm just saying. It's like a lot of people. It will fool your eyes. It's like lustful eyes. You know what?
But it's really what we are seeing. We consume so much time watching television in these damn phones, like we talked about in yesterday's episode. What we take in visually, we want that shit. Have y'all seen the movie Inception? If y'all have not seen the movie Inception,
you almost have to watch it twice.
You
the
have
first
to.
time.
The last time I throw you off,
come on, bro. You gonna miss half the movie the first time.
But your whole subconscious, that's really real. The same, everything that you taking into your subconscious, you might just watch it because you like it, and it might be love and hip hop, and they might be ratchet as hell. But even though you taking it in, you gonna spit that shit back out somehow, some kind of way.
Crazy though, you want to know what's crazy is that's the norm now. You know, growing up for us, what we were watching on TV, we didn't have reality TV shows,
sports, movie.
You know, our cartoons,
cartoon or game show.
Our cartoons weren't pushing.
Soap opera, yeah.
Our cartoons weren't pushing,
violence.
They weren't pushing violence. They weren't pushing homosexuality.
They weren't black
pushing.
men in roles, like up and away on Disney.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
There were no black men.
One of my favorite shows growing up was Gullah Gullah Island.
Ooh,
True.
Gullah Gullah.
Come on, man. That's what we grew up on. And now kids are growing up on Rick and Morty and
that's
the Adventure Show. I don't know if you guys ever watched this stuff, but I have nieces and nephews. I don't have kids yet, but I have nieces and nephews.
I got 3, brother.
And they love this kind of stuff. We had informative, TV shows like The Crocodile Hunter and the Jeff Corbin Experience. They don't have that now. Now they have, Mona Fox.
But it's trained, bro, Ham. I be telling folks it's like everything's controlled. Unless the people that are in the industry of whatever it is get control of it, as long as big business has a say at the end of the day,
right,
you will be just another piece. You're red line. You're red line to me. If I can, it don't matter what business it is, if I can put 100 down on you on a bet, double it back, because you can sit here and watch the results. If I put 100 on you as a basketball player and give you a $100,000 scholarship, were you a return on my investment? Did we win? How did you play? How many yards did you gain? How many jump shots did you hit? Right. What was your free throw percentage? I can go back and watch exactly how much my money is working for me. And when you don't work for me anymore, I'm going to redline your ass.
Next.
Once we understand that as the leader of the industry, like, yo, I'm the one that can hoop. I need to be able to make money off of what I'm doing now. If you can't pay me, you're making some money somehow. You're not a nonprofit. So there's some currency being made. I need to be compensated for my time.
It's like I said, man.
My skill.
Like I said, people are frowning upon, LeVar Ball for what he's doing. What I feel like he's doing is revolutionary. He's taking kids, a lot of kids, from poverty-stricken areas, and he's giving them an outlet to do what they love to do. Not only is he doing that, but he's paying them.
Putting money in their pocket.
For a 17, 18-year-old kid.
For a service that he knows that is going to help him, so why not help back?
Yeah.
So, for what they going to do anyway, these kids are going to play basketball regardless. So, for a 17, 18-year-old kid, $3,000 a month is a lot of money.
And right now we talking about the JBL Rise and Grind Morning Show. I want to ask you, it's a good segue into kind of like that basketball, the JBL and the Big Three situation. How do you feel about that JBL situation? And I know it's a lot of criticism on it and people saying it's probably not going to work, and they kind of jealous about it because his son is kind of like leading the way right now.
About it, man.
I mean, envy is what you create first, man. It's going to be what for this not to work, I got to turn one of y'all against each other.
Right. And you want to know what's crazy about it is that all LeVar Ball is doing is what every black father's done their kids' entire lives. He's just extremely vocal about it. What father isn't their kid's number one fan?
You got to be, because he knows that.
Father isn't going to say that his kid is the best one out there. My father did it.
Right.
Shoot, I know mine did.
He just wasn't the one like, my kid's better than yours, and I'm gonna show you why tonight. Come to the,
It wasn't.
all LeVar Ball is doing is is he's putting his kids in situations to succeed.
Marketing them like how he's supposed to do. Like he's seen the opportunity. Like you got 3 sons, and they just all happen to be talented and gifted.
And over
You
6'6".
mean to tell me they all interested in basketball? Oh, I'm just gonna sit back here and be like, oh yeah, they just gonna play.
Whatever happens,
You
happens.
know what happened?
No.
They talking about all the black families want to do is have these athletes and have, you know, it's like no. If that's what he's good at,
That's what he gonna do.
if that's what my child want to be, if my child want to do music, if my like you know if my dad own a landscaping company and says, son, if you want to get into this and you don't want to if you don't want to do the education, just know
It's here for you.
when you get in this,
You have an option.
you have an option. You got it's like a legacy. You know when people leave this world, your name gonna leave.
Yeah.
You know, what you own gonna stay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's up to you. To pick how you want the world to see LeVar Ball. What people gonna look at him as? That's a black man who took care of his family.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, but he doing what people say that black men.
Men don't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Feel me?
So who was the
People-
hypocrites? Like, it's like the people will look at this man and they're like, well, nah, he too blah blah blah. He too blah blah blah.
They're punishing him for being a father.
But it's because it goes against everything that they preach. Everything on the TV that they push, the millions of dollars that they use marketing, the way that you done heard black men ain't there, the way you done seen black men ain't there.
He's there. Full time.
Like
So what more can you
got it
say?
Tough. Like don't like
Oh, yeah.
You know the stuff like black females like they have it tough. We ain't even saying that they gonna have it tough, but
They don't understand the man's
But
perspective.
check this out. No, some of them do. We ain't, but in corporate America, black woman get happy for a black man because of her looks. Because I'll tell you, that white man, that's like a trophy for him to take away from a black man.
He's not threat. It's about the threat. It's about the threat.
You know, you can look at it sideways, and honestly, and guess what happened after the women get hired? Then they figure out like, you know what, they're not really, and then you know what they'll do? They'll fire them, and then they make them even bitter. You keep making people bitter, they're gonna turn on everybody eventually.
Oh, we see that in the news now.
They're gonna turn on
We
everybody.
see that in the news now.
Like I don't even really care too much to look at what's going on with Trump and stuff or whatever. All that mess is going on.
Alright.
At the end of the day, guess what? We got to do our part too now. Like because we out here, we got like they say, take care of the home first.
Yeah, you got to.
We got our people out here still acting funny and doing stuff and not understanding that. Look, yo, we got precious lives. You got cats that barely making it out of their teens still. And then they talking about, I feel like I'm gonna die, and do all like you get to the point like what Snoop said, he's like, I didn't have that murder case before I made that song. And he's, you got Boosie, and they were talking about he killed people while he was in jail. It's like, come on, bro.
But
like,
that's I don't know when that dark turn in our culture made being a gangster and being, you know what I'm saying? They'd rather do that than go hoop. Because that's what
I
it's.
was just about to say. You know what I think that goes back to though, is that goes back to, building those relationships when you're a kid, so that you're surrounded by guys, you're surrounded by positive vibes.
Coaches.
What that does is that turns guys like like Hub, and that turns guys like me. That turns us into positive coaches and positive influencers for the younger generation.
Planted the seed. It's already been planted in you.
Because we were ripe fruit.
Cream of the crop. Say what it is, yeah.
Now since we were, the upper echelon when it came to sports, now we're gonna be the Coach Bells and the Coach Gil Benjamin.
Yeah, man.
The Coach
Shout out to
Moody.
Coach Bo.
Coach Bo was.
Come on, man. You turn into those guys that breed guys like us.
Yeah.
So not
Alright.
trying to toot my own horn or toot Hub's horn or toot your, but when it comes down to it, I know for a fact that
Pause.
we did stuff the right way.
We did.
We did it the right way. We weren't out here, selling, weed and
Yeah, we didn't have to.
drinking beers in high school because we were too busy trying to be better than you. And I was too busy trying to be better than Hub.
It definitely kept us off the streets. It kept us from out here doing all this craziness.
Sure. Which turns into, JBL League and the Big 3 League.
So we have to, now that we take our culture back sports wise, we need to build and develop within our culture to make our next generation
Better.
better with options.
Right. So that now you have guys that college isn't going anywhere.
Nah.
College is going to be there.
It's a business.
Whether you go at when you're 17 or whether you go when you're 35.
It's a business.
The course description isn't going to change because you're older.
Mm-hmm.
What does change is your athleticism changes, is your body structure changes, is your back starts aching a little bit more. Now you can't dunk like you want to dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Your ankle just gets swollen, and it doesn't take 3 days to heal. It takes 3 weeks.
That should be forever.
So what LeVar's doing is he's giving these kids a chance to make money
As soon as they should. Yeah, as soon as they
that window
should.
doesn't stay open long.
It doesn't. But we here Tuesday. We doing a little special edition Sports with Spoon. He's officially back going into season 2, man. I'm excited to have you back. He done brought a special guest, Hub, ex-NFL, retired. Did you retire, man? Or you just said, yo, y'all can have
They
it?
need me to come back there and be the GM because I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is why I know my span in the NFL wasn't gonna be too long. My first time there, GM was like, what do you see yourself in 5 years? I said, in your seat.
And he ain't like that.
He said, I never heard that before. I was like, I don't. This ain't for me, yo. Like, I don't like contact. This ain't for me. This is a finesse. And if it's cool with you, sir, if I can work here for a year or two, if I can get a check, I'm cool with that. But I don't want to be here 10 years. Just go ahead and let you know that. But at the end of the day, he gonna be a bigger impact on the kids because of his experiences. If I'm a coach, I would never want to put a bad rep on no kid's name.
Nah.
That mess. But a lot of coaches just think about it now. When you got out of college and stuff, how many coaches really touch those kids? You got blessed. Like you genuinely got blessed. I can't call back Alabama and get my coaches and stuff.
Well, you want to know what happened is that I was fortunate enough, in my situation, I was fortunate enough to be recruited by one of the good guys.
Very true. Shout out to the University of Memphis, man. He knew he had to come to the North. He knew he had to come to the North to get them athletes. Norcross.
Coach Cal is one of those guys that, is gonna have his players back. And, that's what I was brought into. I was brought into a situation. So in my mind, I envision everybody's situation being like mine because that's what I chose to live in.
Dope. All right, man. Well, it's a pleasure. I know we're gonna wrap it up because we need to do some behind the scenes for the DVD. DVD is on the way. Rise and Grind Morning Show. We done did 130 episode
Number one morning.
Oh yeah, number one morning show to move out these streets of Atlanta. We got JB behind the camera. We're gonna get out of here, but before we do, can you go ahead, Hub? You on IG?
I'm on IG. You can go to the business, Young and Overlook, LLC, and then my personal IG is Adrian J. Hubbard, and then we got another one called Paparazzi for Friends. We're gonna bang off, and then Hubwood Productions. Yeah, that's it. So y'all can catch me there. It don't matter, yo.
We gonna get you back on, Hub. Me and Larry Love gonna have to give
gotta
him like
get
either the
Hub
hustle of the week or inside the industry because you doing music now too, man.
Yeah,
So we gotta definitely bring you back.
I'm working with Rare Breed right now, Quintelli. We got Deuce Stacks. Out from Cali,
Hustling, boy.
Hustling.
Isn't it hustling?
saying, you gotta look at the right blueprints. You can't look at everybody's blueprint because it ain't for you. You gotta look at the ones that fit your mold.
True.
If you're not an athlete, if you're not an athlete, you're looking at an athlete's, blueprint.
True.
It's not gonna. It's like chasing two different lanes, and you chasing one, and you get mad because it didn't work out for you. Well, that wasn't yours in the first place.
True. See, I love how you spit that game. You spit solid game, so we definitely got to
It's
get
always
you back
that,
on.
man. Y'all
Spoony,
know what
is you
it
done?
man? Sports with Spoon. We'll be back.
Is you done?
Don't do that to me.
I'm trying to get you on ESPN, bro. So I'm
do
trying
that.
to
Don't do
I'm
that
trying
to
to
me,
wait
man.
until you give me the
Don't
official.
do that to me.
We can still hoop. I'm still gonna put you on the block.
My thing is.
Shout out to Master P too.
Oh, for sure. The Global Mixed Gender Basketball League that Master P's got going is something.
And you playing in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and before we get out of here, we
Yeah,
can't get out of here without talking about you being in Uncle Drew, bro.
Oh man,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
Uncle Drew is in theaters now. June 29th came out last night. Listen, if you have not seen this movie,
Go
number
see
one
it.
movie of the summer. It's hilarious. It's basketball. It's comedy. It's real life, all mixed in one. Go see your boy because I'm in the movie, man. My name is Mario. This is Sports with Spoon, man. Season 1 closing. Lock it up.
Yeah, man. We out of here. We'll see y'all.